Have you ever felt like your body's desires are changing as you age? Like what once excited you now feels different, deeper, or even unfamiliar? If so, you're not alone. Sensuality, intimacy, and pleasure don't fade with time. They evolve, becoming richer, more nuanced, and profoundly fulfilling. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating journey of how a woman's body transforms after 40, revealing unexpected sources of pleasure, heightened sensitivity, and a deeper connection to desire. You'll discover the science behind these changes, the overlooked erogenous zones that awaken with age, and how embracing this transformation can lead to the most satisfying intimacy of your life. Stay with me until the end because we'll also explore the emotional and psychological aspects of intimacy, how confidence, self-awareness, and communication can make every touch more meaningful than ever before. Whether you're rediscovering passion with a partner or deepening your connection with yourself, this is a journey worth embracing. Let's begin. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. 1. The profound evolution of sensitivity over time. As women journey through life, crossing the threshold of 40, an intimate transformation begins, one that is as emotional as it is physical. The body, once a vessel of uncharted sensations, now whispers its desires more clearly, guiding us toward a deeper, more intentional experience of pleasure. With age comes an intricate dance between self-awareness and the shifting tides of hormones, weaving together a new understanding of touch, connection, and passion. In our younger years, pleasure can often feel like an untamed current, wild, thrilling, but sometimes elusive. The rush of new experiences, the eagerness of youth, and the excitement of discovery can be intoxicating. Yet the deeper layers of sensuality often remain hidden beneath the surface. It's only with time, experience, and an intimate relationship with our own bodies that we begin to understand the nuances of pleasure, not just as a fleeting moment of desire, but as a profound and layered expression of self-awareness and emotional connection. Scientific research published in esteemed health journals highlights a fascinating truth. Certain erogenous zones awaken with heightened sensitivity in midlife. What once felt familiar now takes on a richer, more profound dimension. The perception of pleasure is no longer fleeting or instinctual. It becomes an immersive, mindful experience, a symphony of sensation played with greater depth and nuance. Our skin, our senses, our very being learns to experience touch differently, not simply as a stimulus but as an intimate conversation with ourselves. Hormonal changes, though often spoken of with hesitation or fear, can also bring unexpected gifts. The body becomes attuned to new rhythms, new awakenings. What once sparked pleasure may now take a backseat to subtler, more profound sensations. The softest touch, the slowest caress, the warm press of skin against skin, these become the language of a deeper, more mature form of sensuality. There is no longer a rush to reach a destination. Instead, there is a luxurious indulgence in the journey itself. Reflecting on my youth, I remember my body speaking in whispers I struggled to interpret. Desire was often a mystery, an enigma left unexplored. But time, experience, and the gentle patience of self-discovery have taught me to listen, to truly hear the unspoken language of my own skin. Every caress, every pulse of warmth, tells a story. Maturity transforms intimacy into an art form, where every touch becomes a word, every embrace a poem. It is no longer just about physicality. It is about self-love, about honoring the wisdom etched into our very being. And in those moments of deep, unfiltered connection, whether with ourselves or a partner, pleasure transcends the physical, blossoming into something infinitely more powerful, a profound celebration of life, love, and the exquisite evolution of womanhood. The beauty of this stage in life is the deep-rooted confidence that emerges. Confidence in our bodies, our desires, and our ability to communicate what truly brings us pleasure. There is a quiet yet powerful liberation in knowing that intimacy is not defined by societal expectations, youth, or external validation, but by the richness of our own experiences. We no longer feel pressured to conform to a standard of pleasure dictated by others. Instead, we create our own definitions, allowing ourselves to fully embrace the pleasure that aligns with our emotional and physical evolution. For many women, this shift also marks a deeper connection with a partner. Gone are the days of surface-level intimacy. Now, every touch is intentional, every glance a whisper of understanding, every shared moment an opportunity to build something profound. Lovemaking transforms into a sacred act of trust, vulnerability, and celebration. Passion is no longer just a spark. It is a slow-burning fire, rich with meaning, fueled by years of shared experiences and a deep understanding of what truly ignites the soul. And for those who embrace their sensuality on their own, there is a profound beauty in the act of self-love. No longer seeking validation from another, we learn to appreciate the contours of our own bodies, to understand what makes us feel alive, to revel in the joy of our own company. Sensuality becomes an intimate act of self-care, a way of nurturing not only the body but the soul. In this phase of life, pleasure is no longer just about the physical act. It is about connection, presence, and emotional fulfillment. It is about rediscovering the body in a way that feels richer, more intuitive, and deeply satisfying. It is about embracing the changes, not with fear, but with excitement and gratitude for the wisdom they bring. Because the truth is, sensuality does not fade with age. It evolves, deepens, and becomes something far more exquisite than we ever imagined. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. 2. Discovering erogenous zones, a journey of sensory awakening. The human body is an intricate masterpiece, a canvas of sensations waiting to be explored. As we age, our relationship with pleasure deepens, moving beyond instinct to something more profound, an intimate dialogue between mind, body, and soul. Through experience, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace change, we discover that pleasure is not confined to youth but rather evolves, revealing new layers of sensitivity and connection. The neck, a gateway to sensuality. One of the first areas where many women experience heightened sensitivity is the neck, a region where delicate skin and an abundance of nerve endings make even the lightest touch electrifying. A gentle caress, the warmth of a lover's breath, or the slow press of lips against this tender space can send shivers down the spine, evoking sensations that linger long after the moment has passed. I vividly recall my early romantic encounters when kisses along my neck felt like an unspoken promise, a whispered invitation to something deeper. Back then, I was unaware of how much meaning this area held, not just in terms of physical pleasure but as a symbol of trust, closeness, and vulnerability. Over time, I have come to cherish the way the neck becomes a bridge between passion and tenderness, between desire and emotional security. It is a space where intimacy begins, where love is expressed through touch rather than words. The ears, whispers of desire. Another exquisite yet often underestimated erogenous zone is the delicate contour of the ears and the space behind them. This region, rich in nerve endings, is intimately connected to our emotional and physiological responses. Studies have shown that gentle stimulation of the ears can trigger the release of oxytocin, the love hormone, enhancing emotional bonding and deepening feelings of connection. I have personally experienced how a soft whisper, a teasing breath, or the gentle grazing of fingertips along the outer edges of my ear can send an intoxicating wave of pleasure through my entire body. The ears are not just about sound. They are about sensation, anticipation, and the thrill of the unexpected. A quiet murmur, a delicate bite, or the slow trace of a tongue along the earlobe can ignite a passion that is as emotional as it is physical. The breasts, a symbol of feminine identity. The breasts and their surrounding areas hold profound significance, not just as centers of pleasure but as symbols of femininity, nourishment, and self-acceptance. As we mature, many of us develop a more conscious and reverent relationship with our bodies, learning to appreciate every inch with a newfound sense of gratitude. Scientific research confirms what many women intuitively understand. stimulation of the breasts and nipples is directly linked to pleasure centers in the brain, creating sensations that blend seamlessly into a fulfilling and holistic intimate experience. But beyond the biological response, there is an emotional depth to this connection. A touch here is more than just a touch. It is an acknowledgement of self-worth, an embrace of womanhood, a moment of pure presence in our own skin. For many, this area becomes even more sensitive over time, responding not only to physical touch but to the energy of the moment, the emotional exchange between lovers, the silent language of affection that transcends words. The abdomen, a forgotten landscape of sensation. The abdomen, often overlooked in conversations about pleasure, holds surprising potential for deep sensory experiences. The upper abdomen, the sides, and even the space around the navel are filled with subtle yet powerful nerve endings that awaken under the right touch. I have found that a slow, deliberate caress across the stomach can evoke a blend of emotions, memories of youthful innocence, echoes of laughter, and an unexpected sense of vulnerability. There is something profoundly intimate about this area, as if each touch whispers a reminder that life itself is a continuous rediscovery. A warm hand resting on the stomach can feel like an affirmation, a grounding presence that speaks of safety, desire, and the beauty of being wholly seen. The lower back and lumbar region, where tension melts into pleasure. The lower back and lumbar region hold immense potential for pleasure, yet they are often associated more with tension than with touch. This area, deeply connected to posture and overall well-being, responds uniquely to stimulation. When approached with intention, it can transform from a place of stress to a source of unparalleled relaxation and delight. Many studies indicate that gentle pressure, massage, or even the warmth of a lover's hand placed on the small of the back can create a ripple effect of pleasure throughout the body. I have personally experienced how a slow, rhythmic touch in this area can dissolve tension, replacing it with a soothing, tingling sensation that lingers long after the moment has passed. It is as if the lower back, often burdened with the weight of daily life, finally exhales, surrendering to the magic of touch. The pelvic region, the art of sensory mastery. Lastly, we arrive at one of the most intricate and sacred areas of the female body, the pelvic region, home to the clitoris and surrounding areas, where sensitivity becomes an art form. This is a place where touch is not just physical, it is deeply emotional, mental, even spiritual. Every movement, every caress, every breath taken in this space is a conversation between body and mind, a symphony of pleasure that unfolds with patience, understanding, and respect. Though society has often been hesitant to discuss female pleasure openly, it is time to embrace the truth. Self-awareness and the freedom to explore our own bodies are essential to living a fulfilled and vibrant life. The ability to recognize and celebrate pleasure is not just a luxury, it is a fundamental aspect of well-being. With age comes the gift of wisdom, the ability to appreciate pleasure without hesitation or guilt. We no longer seek approval, nor do we rush to fit into predetermined molds of intimacy. Instead, we learn to listen, to our bodies, to our desires, to the unspoken language of touch that has always been within us, waiting to be heard. Embracing the journey. Sensuality is not confined to youth. It is not something that fades with time, nor is it something we ever lose. Rather, it evolves, deepens, and takes on new forms, becoming richer and more fulfilling than we ever imagined. Every touch, every whisper, every embrace is a reminder that we are alive, that we are capable of feeling, of desiring, of loving. Our bodies are not static. They are ever-changing, ever-adapting, and ever ready to rediscover the limitless beauty of pleasure. Let us celebrate this journey. Let us embrace the wisdom that comes with experience. And most of all, let us give ourselves permission to feel, to truly feel, without shame, without fear, and with the full awareness that pleasure is our birthright. 3. A personal reflection, embracing sensuality through maturity. Let me share a piece of my journey, one that unfolded not in my youth, but in the beautifully complex years of self-discovery that came after. When I turned 40, I found myself at a crossroads, standing between the echoes of my past and the possibilities of my future. Life had given me its fair share of intense experiences: love, loss, joy, uncertainty. but it had also granted me something far more valuable, the opportunity to redefine myself. Aging, I discovered, was not a slow departure from passion, but rather a gateway into a deeper, more meaningful connection with myself and my body. The changes that once filled me with apprehension became messages, whispers from within, urging me to listen more closely. My body, once something I observed from the outside, became a companion, a guide that spoke in sensations, urging me to embrace every transformation with curiosity and reverence. I came to understand that intimacy is not merely an act of physical closeness. It is a language, a conversation between souls, an energy exchanged in the silent spaces between words. It is the warmth of being seen, the comfort of being known, the unspoken promise that within the arms of another, or even within our own self-love, we are safe. As I stepped further into this phase of life, I realized that communication with my partner was not just important, it was essential. In youth, desire often moves quickly, guided by instinct rather than intention. But with time, I learned that true intimacy is built on more than just passion. It is sculpted by trust, honesty, and the willingness to be vulnerable. Conversations about pleasure, fears, expectations, and desires became not just moments of openness, but acts of intimacy themselves. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. One evening, after an especially heartfelt conversation, my partner and I made a conscious choice to explore, to rediscover, to allow ourselves to be present with one another in ways we had never before attempted. We abandoned assumptions and welcomed curiosity. We treated our time together not as a routine, but as an unfolding story where each touch, each whisper, was a chapter waiting to be written. I still remember the first night we truly slowed down. The way a gentle caress along my neck sent ripples of warmth through my entire body. How the soft press of lips against my ears awakened a deep, unexpected sense of longing. The sensation of fingertips tracing slow patterns across my abdomen. A touch so delicate yet powerful that it stirred memories of youth while simultaneously rooting me in the beauty of the present. It was a revelation, a rediscovery. A moment that taught me that pleasure is not about novelty but about presence, about allowing each sensation to unfold fully, without rush, without expectation, simply as it is meant to be. That night changed me. It showed me that maturity is not an end but a beginning. That the body, with all its changes, all its wisdom, is a collection of stories. Each scar, each line, each soft curve a testament to the life we have lived and the love we have given. And within that body lies an infinite potential for pleasure, for connection, for rediscovering the magic that has always been there, waiting patiently for us to pay attention. Sensuality does not diminish with time, it deepens. It expands beyond the physical, weaving itself into our emotions, our minds, our very souls. Every erogenous zone holds more than just sensation. It carries memory, emotion, and the possibility of transformation. And so, I embrace this journey, not with hesitation, but with open arms. Because intimacy, true, profound, soul-nurturing intimacy, is a gift that only grows richer with time. 4. The psychological and emotional aspects of intimacy. Intimacy is far more than a physical experience. It is a deeply psychological and emotional journey that unfolds and evolves as we grow older. The way we connect with ourselves and with our partners is shaped not just by touch, but by our inner narratives, our emotional landscapes, and the degree to which we accept and embrace our ever-changing bodies. Studies on aging psychology reveal that self-awareness and body acceptance play a fundamental role in how we experience intimacy. When we learn to view our bodies as vessels of pleasure, wisdom, and resilience, rather than through the distorted lens of societal expectations, we unlock a deeper, more profound connection with ourselves. This shift in perspective allows us to approach intimacy with newfound confidence, curiosity, and an openness that enhances the way we give and receive love. One of the most transformative realizations that comes with maturity is that true intimacy is not about meeting external expectations. It is about presence. It is about being fully immersed in the moment, allowing ourselves to feel without reservation or fear, and embracing the beauty of shared vulnerability. When we become attuned to our own needs, desires, and emotional landscapes, intimacy transforms from a mere physical act into a sacred exchange, one built on trust, tenderness, and emotional depth. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. For many of us, intimacy in our younger years was often shaped by external influences, cultural norms, societal pressures, and an unspoken belief that youth was the peak of desirability. We were taught to see pleasure through a lens of comparison, measuring ourselves against unrealistic standards of beauty, passion, and performance. But with age comes wisdom, and one of the greatest gifts of maturity is the ability to break free from these limiting beliefs. We begin to understand that intimacy is not about replicating the past. It is about creating new, meaningful experiences in the present. It is about letting go of the pressures to be perfect, and instead embracing the depth, nuance, and richness that only comes with time. Self-acceptance becomes a key ingredient in this process. When we stop fighting against the natural evolution of our bodies and instead honor the stories they carry, the laughter lines etched around our eyes, the soft curves that have held love and life, the hands that have touched, comforted, and created, we step into a version of intimacy that is more profound than we ever knew in our youth. Communication, the heart of intimacy. Another lesson that deepens with time is the understanding that true intimacy is not just about physical touch. It is about communication. Open, honest, and compassionate conversations with our partners become essential in cultivating a fulfilling, intimate life. In youth, desire often moves quickly, fueled by impulse and novelty. But as we grow older, we recognize that deep connection requires more than just instinct. It requires intention. Speaking openly about what feels good, what has changed, and what new desires or fears have emerged can be incredibly liberating. These conversations break down barriers, remove insecurities, and create a space where both partners feel seen, heard, and cherished. Communication in intimacy is not just verbal. It is expressed in the way we hold one another, the way we listen with our eyes, the way we create space for vulnerability. It is found in the gentle reassurance of a touch, in the soft murmur of affection, in the silent understanding that deepens through years of shared experiences. When we communicate with openness and curiosity, we allow intimacy to evolve organically. We give ourselves permission to rediscover pleasure in new ways, to explore, to experiment, to experience touch not as a routine but as a constant unfolding of connection and self-discovery. The evolution of pleasure. One of the most beautiful aspects of aging is the realization that pleasure is not limited by time. It simply transforms. While youthful passion is often intense and immediate, the intimacy that emerges with maturity is slower, richer, and more deeply felt. Every touch becomes more meaningful. Every kiss carries the weight of experience. Every moment of closeness is infused with gratitude, for the body that still feels, for the love that continues to grow, for the ability to connect in ways that transcend the physical. In this stage of life, we become more attuned to the nuances of pleasure. We discover that desire is not merely about attraction but about energy, emotion, and the ability to be present in the moment. We learn that true sensuality is not about youth. It is about confidence, about knowing ourselves so intimately that we no longer seek validation but instead embrace our own power. With time, intimacy shifts from something we perform to something we experience. It becomes an act of self-love as much as it is an act of partnership. It is about slowing down, about savoring every sensation, about recognizing that our bodies, no matter how they have changed, are still capable of breathtaking pleasure. A celebration of life and self-love. Perhaps the most powerful lesson that comes with maturity is the realization that intimacy is a celebration of life, of love, of self-acceptance. It is a reminder that we are still vibrant, still sensual, still capable of experiencing profound joy and connection. When we embrace this stage of life fully, we free ourselves from the fear that aging diminishes desire. Instead, we recognize that desire deepens with time, becoming more meaningful, more intentional, and more fulfilling. Every caress, every whispered word, every lingering touch becomes a testament to the fact that pleasure is not a fleeting gift of youth but a lifelong companion, one that evolves, expands, and continues to surprise us in the most beautiful ways. To step into this chapter with openness is to embrace a new kind of intimacy, one that is no longer bound by insecurities or comparisons, but instead fueled by wisdom, confidence, and the sheer joy of being alive. Because intimacy is not about age. It is about presence. It is about love. It is about allowing ourselves to feel, fully, deeply, unapologetically. And that, in itself, is one of life's greatest pleasures. 5. Practical advice for rediscovering pleasure. Intimacy is a lifelong journey, and as we grow older, our relationship with pleasure continues to evolve. Instead of seeing this as a decline, we can embrace it as an opportunity, a chance to rediscover what brings us joy, to deepen our connection with ourselves and our partners, and to approach sensuality with curiosity and confidence. Whether you are navigating this journey alone or with a partner, here are some practical ways to enhance your intimate experiences and cultivate a more fulfilling connection with pleasure. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. 1. Explore at your own pace. One of the most important aspects of rediscovering pleasure is giving yourself the time and space to explore without pressure or expectations. Intimacy is not about reaching a specific goal. It's about experiencing, feeling, and enjoying each moment as it unfolds. Set aside time to reconnect with your body in a relaxed, unhurried way. Whether it's through self-touch, mindful breathing, or simply paying attention to the sensations that arise during everyday moments, allow yourself to explore without judgment. Run your fingers along your skin, notice which areas respond with warmth or tingling, and embrace the subtle yet powerful messages your body sends. From the gentle curve of your neck to the small of your back, every inch of your body has the potential to awaken new sensations. The key is to approach this exploration with patience, openness, and self-love. 2. Open communication. Share your desires and needs. If you share intimacy with a partner, honest and open communication is essential. Over the years, our bodies and preferences change, and the key to maintaining a fulfilling intimate connection is to talk about those changes without fear or embarrassment. Have a heartfelt conversation with your partner about what feels good to you now, what you'd like to try, and what no longer serves you. Approach this discussion with curiosity and kindness rather than pressure or expectation. Remember, intimacy is a shared experience, and exploring it together can deepen your emotional bond in ways that go far beyond the physical. If starting the conversation feels intimidating, try setting the mood with a cozy environment, a candlelit dinner, a slow evening walk, or a quiet moment with no distractions. Speak from a place of love and honesty, and encourage your partner to do the same. You might be surprised by how much intimacy can flourish simply by being open with one another. 3. Practice mindfulness. Be fully present in each moment. One of the most powerful ways to enhance pleasure is to be fully present in the experience. In our fast-paced lives, we often rush through moments of intimacy without truly immersing ourselves in them. By practicing mindfulness, we can heighten our senses and make every touch, kiss, and caress more meaningful. Try slowing down. Instead of focusing on the destination, focus on the journey, the warmth of a partner's hand on your skin, the sensation of soft breath against your neck, the gentle pressure of fingertips tracing along your spine. Breathe deeply, clear your mind of distractions, and allow yourself to fully surrender to the present moment. Even outside of intimate settings, practicing mindfulness in daily life, through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to how your body feels, can create a stronger mind-body connection that enhances sensual experiences. 4. Prioritize emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is just as important as physical health when it comes to intimacy. Our ability to experience pleasure is deeply tied to how we feel about ourselves and our emotional state. Stress, anxiety, and unresolved emotions can create mental blocks that make it difficult to relax and fully engage in intimate experiences. Engage in activities that nourish your soul and bring you joy, whether that's journaling, dancing, painting, or spending time in nature. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. When you prioritize your emotional well-being, you create a foundation for intimacy that is rooted in self-love and balance. If past experiences or insecurities have created emotional barriers around intimacy, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. Sometimes, simply talking through these feelings can help release the emotional weight and open the door to deeper connections. 5. Experiment with touch and sensory exploration. Our bodies are incredibly responsive to different types of touch, and experimenting with varying sensations can open up new dimensions of pleasure. A feather-light caress, a slow and firm touch, a warm breath against the skin, each has its own unique way of awakening sensation. Try exploring different textures and pressures. A gentle stroke along the neck can evoke feelings of tenderness and anticipation. A soft kiss behind the ears can stimulate nerve endings and create a rush of warmth. A warm hand placed on the lower back can provide a sense of comfort and deep connection. A slow massage along the abdomen or thighs can awaken dormant areas of sensitivity. Even outside of intimate moments, engaging in sensory exploration, like enjoying the feeling of silk against your skin, soaking in a warm bath, or experiencing the pleasure of soft music and candlelight, can help cultivate a deeper appreciation for your body's ability to feel and respond. 6. Seek knowledge and support. Intimacy and sensuality do not come with an expiration date, and there are many resources available to help guide you through this journey. Books, articles, podcasts, and even specialized workshops can provide valuable insights on intimacy and maturity. If you have concerns about changes in your body, libido, or comfort levels, don't hesitate to seek professional guidance. Sexual health specialists, therapists, and even certain wellness coaches can provide support tailored to your individual needs. Remember, seeking knowledge is an act of empowerment, one that allows you to reclaim your pleasure and embrace intimacy with confidence. Embracing this journey with joy and openness. The rediscovery of pleasure is not just about intimacy, it's about reconnecting with yourself, honoring your desires, and embracing this chapter of life with openness and curiosity. Every stage of life holds new possibilities for growth, exploration, and joy, and there is no limit to what you can experience when you give yourself permission to fully embrace your sensuality. You deserve to feel desired. You deserve to feel connected. And most importantly, you deserve to experience pleasure in a way that feels right for you. So take your time, explore with an open heart, and allow yourself to discover or rediscover the endless possibilities that intimacy has to offer. Because pleasure doesn't diminish with time, it evolves, deepens, and becomes more beautiful than ever before. We've explored the beautiful evolution of a woman's body after 40, how sensuality deepens, pleasure shifts, and intimacy becomes richer with age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned today that you'll bring into practice in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue bringing valuable content to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.